What's going on, 245 family? Got another haircut tutorial for you. This one's gonna be a wave cut, taping the sides, taping in the back. A lot of good content, I think, in this video. There's a new client of mine. He found me through social media. I believe you could build a clientele without social media, but social media does help. You know, why not use all platforms that are available to us? I think we're a little spoiled these days with how much free publicity you can get. So take advantage of social media, guys. Nonetheless, let's get back to the tutorial. Just want to give you guys a disclaimer. My shoulder got in the way in just a little bit of the footage, so we kind of kept what we could. I record my own tutorial, so you know it's bound to happen, but I still think there's a lot of value in this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button. It helps the channel so much, guys. And after the video, I'll see you guys in the comments below. Let's go. Alright, so we're brushing the hair in the direction of the hair growth pattern. We're using the 1.5, but we're not putting a lot of weight into it, right? We're letting the weight of the clipper do its job. As a matter of fact, we're coasting. We're not trying to, you know, put a lot of pressure. If you cut that way, you can have the confidence to just go, right? And make sure you're following, you know, with the direction of the hair growth pattern. And what I'm doing with the brush is I'm checking and I'm making sure that that is in fact the growth pattern, right? I'm also removing debris as I'm cutting so I could see what's going on. And I like to stay away from the nape area. I like to stay away from being too close to the temple area and too close to the hairline area. In those places, you really want to take your time. Obviously the cowlick as well. And you know, like right here, you see me, I want to focus on the cowlick area. I want to knock that out the way. Go ahead and cut that in every direction that you see it growing, so you don't have to keep going back and really paying attention, and before you know, you pass somebody up. The moment you go against the grain on a with the grain haircut, you're gonna patch them. So you know, do your best in those areas: the nape, the temple, the hairline, and the cowlick area. That's where you want to be careful. Everywhere else you can pretty much coast, unless you see some type of whirl or tuft or whatever. Then you want to, like, you know, you take your time there. So we're setting our first guideline because we are going to tape out the sides and the back, and because I want to leave some sort of hairline C cup, I'm going to go ahead and line it up and blend around the C cup, right? We call it a ghost line. And we're using the T outliners. Alright, so now we got the wall seniors. They're all the way open. We're setting our first guideline. Now we have the one guard, it's open. I literally attack my tapers the same way I attack my fades. It's the same guidelines, guys. Because the only difference really is because it's such a small amount of space, you're using much more corner than you would with a regular fade. If you miss anything, you can follow along with the captions. If I miss anything, I should say. Once you go through all the guides and you do, you know, all your guards. So the highest guard I use in this haircut is a 1.5 guard, open. You know, once you get through all those guards, the rest of it is just detail work. I might put the one guard on closed and go with the grain. And that's like a 2 almost. That's probably my highest setting. And you saw how I kind of cleaned up around the ears, behind the ears, and just in the lower, pretty much the hairline area where I'm gonna line up, because if it's too long, it's gonna be a lot of work, and it's not gonna lay right when you line it up. So you know, the line's not gonna pop as much. Cut it down a little bit, you know, taper it a little bit. Sometimes I freehand that on just lineups because I wanted to lay nice and catch the line. All right, so this is a challenging haircut right here because, you know, with my channel, one of the things I like to do is I'm not gonna have the model client every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, my clients are my clients are my clients. I'm not looking for the best looking, the best looking head shape, the best texture of hair, the best canvas, I should say. I want to teach you guys these challenges because these are everyday things you're gonna go through. So, like, for example, here he has a indent right at the nape area, something you would see similar to with kids. All kids have this indent right here. So, you know, and a lot of people, they don't know how to taper this, and literally it's the same way that I teach you guys when people have indents on the side of the hair. You have to stretch the scalp, and you have to cut at different directions. Make sure you're going against the grain. So, like, you can see there's parts where I stretch the scalp and I go and, you know, I flip the clipper or I turn to the sides in order to still have a nice taper. Have your client look directly down, like pretty much staring at their legs, right? That way that helps you stretch the scalp as well, so you can give it a nice taper, a nice blend, and you'll see the end product. It comes out good with less headache, with less, you know, stress. And shout out to my client here, man. He's a new client, and the first time I ever cut him, he let me record. That was dope, man. I want to show love to people like this because they allow us, you know, on a higher scale, on a, you know, reaching a lot of people, to put this out there, because nobody really wants to show you guys how to do this because, you know, it's not perfect. It's not, you know, it's not the perfect canvas, right? Everybody wants to showcase, and that's not what this channel is about, man. It's not about showcasing. This is about learning. This is about growing. This is about building a movement. Tune 45. So here we're lining up the back. And you guys can see, because I did taper the sides, the hairline area in the back, it's catching a decent line. And I don't zero gap my blades. I adjust them, you know, when they come up. Oh, let me point this out real quick. So I got the number one guard closed, and I'm tapering his hairline, right? Like I said, on the side, on the rest of his hairline, you want to lower that some so that it'll lay nicely, and it'll catch a nice line. So I did it right just in the middle, because if you do it in the corners, most people are lighter in those corners. Most grown men. And if you young and you watching this and you think that you special, wait till you get into, you know, once you get into that 25 plus age, you're gonna start lightening up in those corners too. So you got to be mindful of that as a barber. You can't cut those corners the same way you cut the middle of their hairline or the sides, the temple area. So I only use that one guard closed with the grain in the middle, and you can see how it's coming out nicely. It looks like an even hairline, and it doesn't look like he's receding. So now we're gonna do some freehand scissor work. Get all the little, you know, the little hair strands that are sticking out. Don't go overboard with this, because this is where product comes into play. You're not gonna get all the frizzies. Product is what's gonna maintain that. Here I'm using the Tune 45 shave gel, the Tune 45 straight razor. You can get that on tune45.com, and we're gonna get him razor sharp, without any extra fluff. What you see is what you get. The line that you get, if I wet it, if I clean it, if I wipe it, I put some aftershave on his hairline. When he gets home, he's got the same hairline. And I'm using the exposed cartridge. I'm not using the unexposed. The exposed cartridge is really nice for detailing because you can see the blade. The contrast between the black handle and the silver or chrome blade allows you to see these corners even better. So now I'm going back and I'm just detailing, man. Like, I probably finished this cut in 20 something minutes, and I'm using the rest of my time because I know if I cut his hair at 9 o'clock in the morning, my next client won't be coming in until 9:30. So I don't have no reason to not take advantage of his entire appointment slot and just start detailing. This is what sets you apart as a barber. This is what's gonna make them feel like you care. Here we are, we're applying some oil-based pomade into his hair. It's adding shine, laying the hair down, smoothing out those frizzes, and you can see how the waves start to pop more because of that. We'll brush it in, and I mean, you just gotta care, man. That's how you build clientele. That's how you get word of mouth. And here you are, we're putting the aftershave on, and you can see the hairline's intact. It stays the same. It's the same. What you see is what you get, man. 2:45, guys. My family, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys learned. Like always, smash that like button. See you on the next video. Yo, we doing daily videos. This week, we are doing daily videos. Let's grow.